What's good, Popcorn?
What's up, Staxx? How you doing, bud?
I'm chilling, man. I've been doing a lot of deep diving on this character, Bullshit Harris, and he is a complete and utter fraud.
Yeah, he tried to come out with some facts that didn't seem true,
Oh, they're definitely not true. I can prove it.
huh?
So I wanted to
Yeah,
ask you a couple questions. You're a former pagan, right?
yep.
Does this patch look normal to you?
No. I mean, I can't speak on anything I wasn't around for, but I've never seen that.
What about this 1% patch?
That's yeah, I don't know about the saying above that there. Yeah.
This is a real pagan 1% patch.
I mean, he was selling patches, you know what I mean? Like, all you had to do is hit him up. He was making patches, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's a given. You're not supposed to do that, right? This is him making the patches right here. Look, you can see the cutouts right there of the Sutar and everything.
right. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that he wasn't delegated through the club to do their, you know what I mean, their patches, you know.
No,
Uh,
I
and they're
hear
supposed to be earned, right?
they're supposed
Not
to be
sold.
given. They're supposed to be given to you from someone,
Yeah,
right?
right. Yeah,
So how,
100%.
how did you ever come across this character, and what was your interactions with him?
I mean, I actually met him on the West Coast. He came out, one of the first East Coast guys that I met, you know. And he seemed a little wiry, if you figure it out, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it was kind of a storm surrounding him from day one, really, honestly. You know what I mean? There was some buzz about him coming out without, coming out to the West Coast without really taking the right avenue, respecting people that have been around longer than him, maybe, because the blue wave pushing the pagans all the way to the West Coast, you would think, right, that some of the guys that have a little bit more expertise or just knowledge about the club, maybe they would have made the trip out instead of him, you know what I mean? But he's always been kind of a little clout chaser, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it should be cool enough to be in the club, I don't know why the hell he decided it was his his duty to debunk everything in the club. I mean, there's a lot of men who've been in the club and had adverse things happen. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? There's that happened to me and my family and my livelihood. But I always blame the individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the club. You know what I mean? Like a personal vendetta. And there's some things that when Bull sees this, he's going to know we've had hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of conversation. At one point, I was in his corner. You know what I'm saying? Because I've witnessed the hand play out, and the hand playing out sometimes is so far from where it looked like it was going to fold. You know what I mean? When the facts hit the table, you're sometimes better off being one of the ones that was in the back paying attention instead of up front doing all the. You know what I mean? So on air of caution, I extended the olive branch for a while when he started doing his, and I talked to him and I had some conversations with him. I'm not a pagan, so the discord between him and mislabeling some of the facts on the club or whatever, that's not any of my business, honestly. He'll have to answer to that when he comes into contact with members, I'm sure. But brotherhood is a big thing that I believe in, man, and it can't be bought or sold. It's whenever the proof hits the pudding, you know what I mean? And I was there for him, as a brother, and he was going through some trying times, you know what I mean? He's got a family like we all do, and he had to deal with some things, that come along with this. But immediately I just started seeing things that were, distasteful. He was posting videos of people showing up and making statements that could have people prosecuted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you can't tell a story about how somebody shows up to your house with pew-pews. You know what I'm saying? That's talking, that's telling. You can't, I mean, you know what I mean? You got yourself into that situation. Maybe you should have just dealt with it and let it run under the bridge. You know what I mean? But either way, man, it is what it is. But, you know, I guess the discord came with Bull and me when he considered me to be one of his fans. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of anybody. You know what I mean? I'll have your back. I'll be your bro. We could hang out and talk, but I don't idolize men. You know what I mean? I'm not a right.
Yeah.
He started building his little fan base because everybody, you know, anybody in the outlaw world, they like a little scurry and a little ruckus. You know what I'm saying? So, not that what he was doing was cool, but you know, at the end of the day, it started out like, pay attention to him. He's over here doing his own thing. You know what I mean? But then, you know, I sent him a little support, you know, a little bit of money here and there just to help him out, you know, and I do that for almost anybody who ever asked it. But you know, I like it reciprocated. You know, you don't have to send me money back, but if I call you and I need some help or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he called me and asked me if I wanted to buy some of his authentic Lou Dobkins memorabilia.
Which he
You know what I
shouldn't be
mean?
selling in the first place.
Bro, that was for auction for anybody who'd bid on it. I told him, I said, you know what? No, I'm not really in the position to purchase anything from you, Bull. I said, I'm going to keep it real with you. You know, I lost a brother. He's tattooed on my face. I mean, I got a son named after him. I put in, you know, work for the club. I had my brother's backs at all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not buying. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you would like to send me something because, you know, I've helped you out before in life and we're brothers and we're friends, send me something by all means. But I'm not a customer, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that pissed me off because I told him, no, I'm not in a position to buy anything from you, Bull. And he says, oh, well, I could send you the Cash App. I said, I already got the Cash App from when I sent you the money the last time. And he says, oh, okay, well, if you change your mind, then just use that same Cash App.
Wow.
Well, I thought he would have got the picture that I was trying to say. Why are you trying to sell me something when I've already sent you a hell of dollars for nothing? You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. I hate to see the kid learn it the hard way, but he's dead set on doing what he's did. You know, I would prefer that all the 16s don't even give him the time of day.
100%.
You know, I would hate to see a 16 behind bars or in a court case or any of that for dealing with dude. He's delusional as, you know what I'm saying? Let him go do what the he's doing down the road, but
they can't have somebody wearing this though. I went through the proper channels and he is not authorized to be wearing this type of stuff. He's not authorized to start his own.
I wouldn't even be on this podcast with you right now if I didn't know for a fact it's a problem. It's a problem. You know what I mean?
Major.
It's a problem, bro.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you an even bigger problem. Now watch this. We're gonna watch this problem together. Here, you ready for this? Hold on to your seatbelt because it's about to get real.
How you doing, brother? Miklo 1%, Los Perros MC, Mother Chapter, Virginia. Making this video for my brother Staxx. Ask and you shall receive. All right. Here's my book. I am the author of The Spirit of the 1%er by Aaron Miklo 1%er Swoboda. Yours truly. All right. The article in question. Let's see. Let's go to the table of contents here. Article number 54, The Plea of a Founder, page 321. Got my bookmark here. Flip on over to 321. The Plea of a Founder.
The Plea of a Founder.
Written April 26, 2022. I am writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree.
I'm writing this letter on this beautiful spring morning beneath the shade of a flowering tree.
My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy.
My bike sits a few feet away from me, and my brother is cooking up his famous campfire biscuits and gravy.
The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies.
The smell of hot coffee and food has awoken the rest of the brothers and their old ladies.
Smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day.
The smiles on their faces as they stretch and rub the sleep from their red eyes before lighting up the first smoke of the day.
Today, for this band of 1%ers, life is good.
Today, for this band of 1%ers, life is good.
Our young old ladies are head-turning beautiful.
Our young old ladies are head-turning beautiful.
And show us a level of love and loyalty that John Q. Citizen can only dream of.
And show us a level of love and loyalty that the John Q. Citizen can only dream of.
Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands.
Our choppers are works of art built by our own hands.
We ride free and wear our colors with pride.
We ride free and we wear our colors with pride.
Anywhere the ride takes us.
Anywhere the ride takes us.
Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives.
Above all else, we have discovered a level of freedom and brotherhood that very few men will ever experience in their lives.
We are the founding generation of our club.
We are the founding generation of our club.
The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today.
The trust between us is second to none. We have fought hard for the freedom and brotherhood we enjoy today.
Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us.
Our dedication to each other and to this club is what defines us.
As I laid under the stars last night next to my bike and my amazing old lady, I began to think about how lucky we are, and I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure?
As I laid under the stars last night, and I asked myself, how long can this last? How long can this club stay pure?
What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood?
What happens when we're not around to protect our beloved freedom and brotherhood?
Fucking fraud.
That's fucking crazy. That fucking Vice episode.
And they put that fake Lou Dawkins voice in the episode.
They put the fake ass information out that he gave them, you know what I mean? And then, you know, something that he said in that Vice episode, it's the equivalent of being in the mob or something. You know what I mean? Like if you don't work out, you better get gone and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about a prestigious motorcycle club. You know what I mean? And there's plenty of them, right? We know the names, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be there. They don't want you there. I ain't never seen anybody get chased down and beat up and brought back ever. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be there, they don't want you there. That's obvious. Nobody wants to force you into a cut. You know what I'm saying?
But there are some people that can't let go. Maybe they were a part of it for a little bit. They can't let go. They got kicked out of the club, and they feel like they have the right. They live pagan, die pagan. They're a pagan till the day they die. And I got an interview with him, and he says that exact thing. He's like, they tell me to let it go. It's like, no, dude.
And he tried selling me the same shit because whenever we talked, you know, he would say the same shit, and I tell him I'm not. You know, I'm not anymore. You know what I mean? That was then, and this is now, and I'm not. You know what I mean? He would basically just reiterate, once a pagan, always a pagan, die pagan, live pagan, die pagan. Yeah, you know what? I understand that, but there's also a lot that goes into being accepted into a brotherhood. And one is not doing a lot of the shit that he does. You know what I'm saying? So you get to just make your own
you force your way into the club.
It's sad because he's young. You know, he's got a long time left on earth to pay for what he's done. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's a long time to stay out of the way. He's young, you know. It would have been easier if he was 70 years old with cancer, got 2 weeks left. He wouldn't have much to worry about. But he looks about 20-something years old, right? Maybe 30-something. He's young. That's a long time to be.
Dangerous game, man. Playing a dangerous game.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I was saying I hope nobody, ends up in trouble behind him because he's not worth it.
Well, I looked up his family history. Lou Dobkins is nowhere on his family tree. He's not related to Lou Dobkins. All of these tapes are absolutely fake. They're all AI generated. They're not real. He created all this in his head. He plagiarized a book that he had no business plagiarizing. I have the book here. Like, I have the book.
Right.
And for him to think he could get away with that, it's just crazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, the stories that I was told was that his grandmother was with him back in the day, and then there was this box full of that was belonged personally to him, and he came into contact with it. And
here's the copyright for what you just heard.
Yeah,
so he must have jumped out of the grave in 2022 and recorded that and jumped back in, right?
Well, look, he tried to debunk the date of the club starting and when Lou was around, and trying to show different records that would contradict stuff. What are you trying to do at that point? Literally, what are you trying to do?
Well, in those fake tapes,
it sounds like a police forced, a cop.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like you're so mad at your life and you're so done with living that you're trying to do the most extreme you could think of that would put you in harm's way. You know what I mean? Because it ain't F this one dude, F this other dude. It ain't. He's literally saying F the entire club and anybody who believes anything you've ever heard or thought you knew about it, because I guess he knows it all. He's got the real facts.
There's people that believe this guy, but I'm here to tell you he's a complete fraud. It's all fake. Not real. Don't listen to these Lou Dobkin tapes. They're not real. None of it is real. It's a good story, It's for Sons of Anarchy. It's a good story.
Yeah, it's a dead rip right out of the pages, bro. You know what I mean? All the way down to the secret book that Jax Teller finds. You know what I'm saying? With words from the founder, and just. And if it was anything close to what he was saying, he should have had more respect for all the boots on the ground before him. If you really had something like that, that belongs to the club. You know what I mean?
100%.
It belongs to the archive. It belongs. It's history of the club. If he had it, I mean, one thing about me is once you lie to me, I won't trust you about your height or your color. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you say after you lie to me. I just don't. You ruin your credibility.
Damning evidence, right?
Yeah.
This is as damning as it gets, pretty much. Do you think he'll try to talk his way around this one?
I mean, he's got my phone number if he wants to call me.
He's got mine too.
I offered him the show right now. I mean, you know what I mean? Why don't you try to chap him in and see if he'll answer?
Let's see.
I definitely like it better when everybody's in the room.
He can answer. I invited him on before, and he said, "What's up, my guy? I'm going to respectfully decline your offer." So, I mean, he knows this is coming. He has to know.
Hey, bro, one thing about this whole motorcycle scene is it seems big, but it ain't. It's small. You're going to have to answer for everything you say and do, and you just will. It's a matter of time before you run across these faces. The internet is fake. These streets are real. You know what I'm saying?
100%. You can't go and do this type of stuff he's doing.
And not have to answer for it one day.
No.
I've watched some of the biggest stories pop off on your channel, bro. and some of the most higher echelon club members, well-known book writers, jiu-jitsu fighters, just well-respected, well-known through the community, and still end up slammed to the bottom in court and all these, I've seen it all on your show, bro. You cover a lot of really good content, man.
Thank you. I just want to get the truth out there, man, because I'm not one that goes and tries to perpetuate lies.
Somehow, I don't know how the hell you get the content, but you really do. You really get some good content, man.
I just work, man. Keep grinding,
Talking about grinding, man, let me plug my shirts, man. I got that new clothing line.
Go ahead, man.
Guys, I got a clothing line I came up with. It just speaks volumes for the way I live my life. It's called My Brother's Keeper. It's got some Viking stuff on there, and it's got the famous FAFO, around, find out. I'll shoot you some photos. Maybe you could, shoot a little link or something.
Yeah, definitely.
$20 a shirt. It's the money that I'm making off of the shirts. It's just a point. You know what I'm saying? I would like to spread the message. You know what I'm saying? It's your brother's keeper, bro. You gotta have your brother's back, man. You could be a cousin, but call me brother. You better.
He's gonna send me the proceeds.
Yeah, let's go. You got it here on film.
Oh man, no, they're pretty dope designs. I really like them, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of new designs. I got every color. We got hoodies and t-shirts, anything cotton, I got it.
And you make them by yourself, handmade, right?
It's in-house made. It's a small little family business, just something to help me feed my kids, man. I got 7 children, a wife, and we all live off of my income, one income. I don't sell drugs. I'm not in the streets. I'm a stand-up, tax-paying citizen. You know what I'm saying? I got a tattoo shop, and I press out T-shirts, and you know what I mean? Just try to do the best I can for my family.
Well, you're doing it, man. I see you. I see all the tattoos you're doing. You're a really good artist, too.
I appreciate it, man. Took a long time where I'm at. I fucked a lot of people up. It's not an easy job.
No, it definitely isn't. I mean, I've done it, and that's why I had to come to the media. It's like too many people up, right?
How well-rounded you are, Staxx. I've known you for a while, and we've kind of got some rapport back and forth, and did a lot of conversating. And you got layers, my bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta use everything you got available to you, right?
100%.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on. I just wanted to, touch base with you.
Touch base with you anytime you need me, big dog, because you've always helped me out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'll keep it real with you. It's just nothing but story time. But at the end of the day, the message is real. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if there's any way for dude to get out of that. You know what I mean? I think it's way past apologizing.
Yeah.
But once again, back to the grown man statements. I really hope that, he chokes on a spaghetti dinner before anybody gets in trouble for with him. You know what I mean?
You should just put all that stuff in a box and give it to the club. Drop it off somewhere and just.
Yeah.
That's it. Erase all the websites you got.
Yeah, sometimes when the damage is done, it's a little late, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know all the clubs have so much going on. It's these little unnecessary things, because at the end of the day, it affects the entire club. Every little tiny thing affects the entire club,
Yeah, you're right. Nobody out there is worth them losing their freedom over this guy.
Nah.
No. But anyway, man, I just wanted to get this truth out there, and I appreciate you, man. We're going to do another interview soon.
Anytime you need it, big dog.
Definitely, I appreciate you, man. I'll put a link in the description for his t-shirt line. Go check it out. Hoodies too, right? Towels.
Anything cotton. We got bath towels, blankets, hoodies. I'll do some boxers, some whatever the fuck you need. If it's cotton, I got it. Hell yeah, you have a good one.
If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this show, too bad. Start your own podcast. Peace.